Let's start by going through track record. Let's see how long they've lasted. When was Pinterest created? 2010. Wow, they've been created around the same time as Instagram. So they have a good track record being able to have last that long. Let's go ahead and look at Pinterest revenue. Okay, their revenue has been drastically growing, and I guess they rely on ad spend. That is promising. Let's get Pinterest traffic. Wow, 28 global ranking. I did not know that they were that big. Based on what I'm seeing, I feel like Pinterest has a potential. Like, I don't know exactly how long it will be around, because usually most social medias have like a half-life of around 10 years. 15 years if they're really good. Like Facebook, after 15 years, it sort of died out and now it's transitioning. Usually 15 years is the maximum point. So if Pinterest was created in 2010, if it could survive till like 2025, 27, that would be really, really good. But usually that's sort of when things get sort of rocky. So if you really wanted to put in effort on Pinterest, I reckon you have at least another 2 years. And at best, who knows, it might last forever, because we haven't seen this before. Like Snapchat's slowly dying out. Let's see Snapchat's traffic. Interesting, it's growing. I did not know that. So I guess it's sort of, yeah, it's growing. It hasn't plateaued out. It was plateaued out in 2018, but it continues to grow. So Snapchat is actually still growing. 11, so a year after Pinterest. Interesting. And their revenue is more than Pinterest. Whoa. Alright, so one, I think Pinterest does have a long-term shot based on looking at all these other platforms and sort of looking at track record. I think you have at least 2 to 3 years. How much longer, the longest, that I think is very, very subject to change. Like it could be 10 years, it could be 20 years, we don't know, because we haven't seen many sort of big platforms die, and I would put Pinterest at the top of one of those big platforms. I don't see it as, like Snapchat seems like it's dying out, but Snapchat is bigger than Pinterest. And Snapchat's surviving. I think Pinterest is in its own league. It's weird. Now, if you want to invest in Pinterest, that's a different story. That I wouldn't be able to give advice because I'm not too well versed. I think I personally don't use the app, so I wouldn't invest it. I have a theory where I want to invest in stocks for products that I use and purchase. For example, I have an iPhone, I'll purchase iPhone stock. I use Instagram and app and Facebook, so I'll purchase Meta stock. I use Google, so I'll buy Google stock. I don't really use Pinterest, so I personally wouldn't buy stock. I don't know how long term though, that's another question. That's sort of my analysis. I'm not going to give you any advice, but hopefully this analysis has been able to sort of give you more insight. But as always, if you really wanted to work with me one-on-one to learn more about how you should invest your money, what companies and things you should be doing, what businesses you should be looking into, I've grew to 7 figures over the last 4 or 5 years, just learning every single day to honestly answer all these random questions I get on my YouTube channel. Here's a 3-step process if you want to work with me. Step 1 is you definitely would need to go through my reviews. Here's a website. You might remove the hashtag. In the future, might be just studying.com/reviews. That also doesn't work for sort of YouTube and in my reviews. Step 2 is you definitely would need to go through my YouTube and Instagram content over the last 3 or 4 years to just see what I've been teaching and what I can often bring to the table, and see if you would even want to work with me. And if you've done 1 and 2 and you still want to work with me, message me on Instagram or email me at this email saying, hey, I'm interested in your one-on-one coaching program. I can definitely see what your goals are, what you want to achieve, what knowledge gaps you have, see if those goals are even achievable and if they're even realistic. Then I can definitely bring you into my limited one-on-one coaching, but we are pretty picky with who we work with. So this is sort of like an interview sort of filtering process. But yeah, hopefully this answers your question, and let me know if you have any more questions. Peace.